Today we have a matchup between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the Niagara Knights. Currently on the season, the Mountaineers are 5-0, still undefeated, where the Knights man sets it off with a serve. We are underway.
And Connor, I'll definitely say for this matchup, I'd say that this Mountaineers team should definitely be in quite the control throughout and whatnot. And just like that, block going out of bounds. In this first set.
So nice little rally to start off this game. Mountaineers take the first point. Mountaineers have been a very dominant team this year. Currently winning 15 of their 18 sets so far. As the Mountaineers tag on another.
Their own rhythm. They're definitely giving these Knights some quite wonky balls where it's going to be extremely hard to control their sets.
Man's been having some very great serves to start this match.
Great serves.
Just kind of setting up the defender in some awkward positions to return.
But one thing I'll definitely have to say early is, and what a great attempt right there on the dig.
The surprise attempt from the Knights.
So very coming into this matchup with a quick substitution for the Niagara Knights team.
Abby Gooder to serve for the Knights.
And just like that, the cheeky moves from this Mountaineers team always seem to prevail. Great point.
Very soft play for Rachel Van. Claire Saints.
And you can definitely hear this Niagara's men's team chirping at this women's team for a bit, but great composure.
Support in the crowd.
Yeah, great composure from this Mountaineers team.
Beautiful serve by Lexi Zakari, unable to be handled. Score is now 5-1 for the Mountaineers early.
What a block right there from the Mountaineers team. Quite the dominant rallies we're seeing. Very quick, very easy. This team's in full control. Full control.
Looking for three in a row, and she does it.
Unstoppable right now. These two teams are in very different places throughout the season right now. One team really trying to find themselves, get established. One team is established and really leading the ranks.
The Knights being pretty even on the season. 4 games. Stop Zakari on her serves here. Her finally able to get a return from these serves. He's set to Vanderwall. Hand on the net from the Knights. Mountaineers are awarded the point. Play from Vanderwall. Knights have an unforced error and are awarded a point.
And what a serve right there.
Soft shot attempt from
really rolling with it right now. Great domination. Definitely not playing down to the competition, I'd say.
Set from Mann. Awkward attempt. Ball off the line and in. Soft attempt. Called on the net were the Mountaineers. He's set by Mann. Soft attempt.
And you know,
Vanderwall. The crowd cheering on, trying to disrupt these serves from the Knights. Vanderwall to serve. Awkward play, ball still in play. Very great diving attempt by to serve. Her first serve, a good one.
And what blocks are seen?
Beautiful spike from Stephanie Karatsolius. Not gonna get those blocks directly down low. They're kind of gonna fly around, and that's exactly what they've been planning.
Be gooder coming in.
Cowie's serve, pretty good. Great diving attempt right there from Droppert. Almost a miscommunication between the Mountaineers here.
And that was a crazy spike right there, and that was quite the celebration, especially.
Celebrating likewise. Cowie's serve sails out. Here's men's team. A little bit of instruments in the sideline. Broken play for the Knights. Still able to get it over. A good attempt by Mann as the ball was kind of sailing over. Made contact with the net. 14-7 for the Mountaineers.
Team.
Powerful attempt from Zakari. Was out of play. Looking like it could have been out of play. Mountaineers keep it alive.
Yeah.
Zakari's little attempt over the net.
Not happy with that play right there at all.
And yet another ace for these Mountaineers, Irene Jaramillo.
And the score being 16-8, this team right now is just looking unstoppable.
Showing why they've only lost a total of 3 sets this year.
And what a great block right there, great rally.
We have Hope Nicholson ready to serve for the Knights. Score currently 16-9. Kind of catching Sakari off guard.
Woo! Coming in
respond
with
back.
That one.
So her initial return a little off, kind of awkward positioning, but teammates help her out. It's a beautiful play and is awarded the point.
What an amazing play on that one.
So Mountaineers just running away with this first set.
Great energy from this crowd. And
soft serve from Mann. So good attempt to obviously play it back. Looking like it was going to go out. Tag the corner. 17-10 the score. Substitution here for the Knights. As Abby Gooder comes in, Rachel Bickford will come back in for the Knights. Ready to serve.
Bickford. Oh.
Miscommunication on that play. No one really there to help out Spolyar.
But especially with a lead like this right now, I'll definitely say that this Mountaineers team is looking so good, looking so great. They're not worried. They're definitely not in a position of where they have to feel worried.
Lead has been cut down to 6, but still been a very dominant game for the Mountaineers. Another point awarded. 17-12. Obviously, still in charge here, but lead cut down to 5. Obviously, just take a quick timeout here. Get everyone, get their legs fresh again, kind of talk things over. You're only 8 points away from winning this first set. You don't want to narrow it down to about 2 points. Obviously, go into that tiebreaker in this first set.
Yeah,
just want to kind of get it over with and head to the second set.
Yeah, 100%. And this team definitely is not in a position where they should really be playing down to their competition. I would say they started strong and they got to finish strong.
You just want to put your foot down and just keep the gas going.
All gas, no brakes.
Out of the timeout, Bickford will continue to serve. Mann setting it up. A bit of a rough set there for Karatsolius. Trying to make do with what she had and hitting the pole. 17-13 now.
And right now we're seeing possibly a bit of a comeback story for this Niagara Knights team, who had a really rough start, but the score was at a time 10-1.
It seems the Mountaineers are kind of losing their touch right now. Kind of seems like their few unforced errors are beating themselves right now.
I'd say ever since Abby Gooder came on, and it looks like Abby Gooder is coming back. Speak of the devil, some would say, in that situation. But she has been quite the danger for this Mountaineers team and quite the savior for the Knights.
Serve coming from Zakari. Beautiful
what
serve.
a great dig from Hope.
Great recovery from Mann. Off the net, point awarded to the Mountaineers. So great hustle off that trick play. Mann able to keep that alive. Gatto setting it up to Spoliar. Mountaineers up 19-14. Walked down. Out of play. Great attempt on the line. Montana Taylor to serve again for the Knights. Sails out. Mountaineers will get the ball back quickly. So Mountaineers now at 20. Only 5 points away from taking this first set. Serve too hard from Vanderwall.
And the score being 20-16 right now. This Mountaineers team are just 5 points away from ending this set. Really got to take control over.
Very nice play from Hannah Cowie. Ball was coming across the top of the net. She sent it down before any Mountaineers could get to it. We're suddenly at a 3-point game. Mountaineers keeping this alive.
And what a rally.
Diving play from Anastasia Dropper.
What a rally we're seeing right now.
All the momentum right now on the side of the Knights. 20-18 now the score.
And who knows, maybe the cowbells from the men's team is really helping this women's team get things together because they're doing phenomenal right now, except for that serve.
Dropper serve, a little too low, hits the middle of the net. 21-18 for the Mountaineers as Carrot Solius ready to serve. Just a light serve. Cowie catching Gatto off guard. This game is back to 2. So commanding first set lead for the Mountaineers has suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, something disappeared, honestly, and I'm not quite sure what it is right now. I would just say that this Niagara Knights team really just got more in rhythm.
Serve from Kyra Cameron. A soft spike attempt. Man set to Jaramillo. Great job by Sakari in the back line. Tags the line, point for the Mountaineers. So a good rally, some great defense by both teams. Ends up resulting in a Mountaineers point.
And just
hard
like
serve, that's an ace.
That's
A little
an
look
ace
over
up
to
her
the
sleeve
men's
right
team
there.
from Sophia Spoliar. And timeout called by the Knights. So Mountaineers up 23-19, only 2 points to win this set.
Right now, I'll definitely say that this team just needs to finish strong. You know, they went the whole journey for it. Hopefully, in the second set, hopefully the Mountaineers team wins the first set, and then for the second set, only piece of advice is just keep playing strong. Don't play down to your competition, and things should be a short night for this Knights team.
Yeah, Mountaineers sort of falling asleep kind of halfway through this set. Lead disappearing, bringing it down to 2, but back-to-back plays have extended their lead back to 4. They're only 2 points away from winning this first very important set, taking that 1-0 lead heading into the second set. Serve out of the timeout. Little too hard. So good result for the Knights coming out of that timeout. Score is 23-20 now. Desjardins ready to serve. Once again, out of play. So lead cut back to 2. Knights looking to make something happen here in this first set.
And great
job
save
by
from
Jaramillo.
Irene.
In play off the block. Score is now 23-22. So a quick 3-0 run out of this timeout. And we've got ourselves a pretty close game.
And Natasha Desharnais with the throw. The serve. And just like
Timeout
that, this
called
is a
by the Mountaineers. Montana Taylor with a beautiful play.
And just
Obviously getting fired up as the Knights have come back and tied this game at 23.
Just like that's a tied game. This Mountaineers team are looking not the same, I'll say right now.
You know, they came out very strong, getting up to about 15 points pretty quickly. And since then, it's been a very slow pace.
Slow, shaky game for them.
And
And
a few miscommunications, kind of letting the ball drop. A few blocks out of bounds, a few missed serves, missed spikes.
and possibly maybe
Just
it's
like that, it allows the Knights to get back in this.
definitely, I'd say possibly it could be the crowd that's getting to them. You know, really in the ear of that men's team right there. I'd say the men's Knights
Keep
team.
your composure.
Yeah, you gotta keep your composure. But this men's Knights team are with cowbells, and they are rolling deep in numbers. The Mohawk men's team are definitely helping out on the other end, but just not as close to it as possibly this Knights team. That could be some factors.
Very important serve coming here from Natasha Desjardins.
And just like
Off
that,
the bottom
it's
of the
net.
netting, Mountaineers lead 24-23.
And some would say
So-
she fumbled her right there.
So right here, if the Mountaineers win this point, they will take set 1, 25-23. Beautiful serve. Off the top of the net, Spolyar unable to get there in time. Looking a little hurt. A little shook up from that dive on the court. But now we're knotted up at 24. First to win by 2 will take this set. Serve coming from Hope Nicholson. And the Knights take the 25-24 lead.
And for the first time in this matchup, the Knights are in the lead. This could be one of those crazy comeback stories that you see every once in a blue moon.
Man set. Awkward one. Vanderwall keeps it alive.
Very awkward.
Great job. Sakari touching the netting. Mountaineers awarded the point. But they were calling that against the Mountaineers.
And it seems
Because
that
the
both
netting
teams,
touched by the Knights, and we're tied back up at 25.
seems that the Mountaineers got quite lucky on that play right there.
Ball that seemed out of play.
Oh,
And once again, Knights take the lead, 26-25. Substitution coming in. We have Kyra Cameron coming out and Hannah Cowie coming back in. So Abby Gooder, who had a very nice play to kind of spark her team earlier, looking to put this first set away.
and what a spike right there. And we're
Great
seeing
job by Gatto.
quite the rally we're looking at right now.
Knights unable to come up with that.
And quite the
Mountaineers tie
rally
this game
right
back up at
there.
26.
For the Mountaineers team. Really
Very
showing
back and forth recently since it hit the mid-20s.
a whole lot of back and forth.
Nice serve from Zakari. Spike attempt too low from Droppert. And the Mountaineers are 1 point away from taking this first set. You can tell that both teams obviously know how important this first set is. Getting out with that 1-0 lead. Serve coming. Just an odd serve from Zakari. Too hard.
And I can say, who expected this outcome right now?
If you watch the first 2 minutes of this game, you would not have expected it to be knotted up at 27 in the first set.
Woo! And that's a face tap right there. She's going to feel that one in the morning.
So Vanderwall coming in with some great power. She's obviously had some big moments this season. Just showing another one. This Knights team will not stop fighting.
And it's really just going back and forth, back and forth. Real ping pong type of game right now.
Anastasia Droppert. Very nice serve. Karatsolius' attempt off the bottom of the net.
And that could be it right there. That could be the play that this Knights team needs to really get victory in the first set.
Very important serve coming here. Off the fingertips, still in play. Man's set. Out of play is called on the attempt from Spolyar. And the Knights make a beautiful comeback and win this first set 30-28.
And what a crazy comeback from this Knights team. That really shows the underdog value right there. You can't play down to your competition. But I'm sure that this Mountaineers team are going to bounce back
like
in
you
the
said,
second
a very
set.
unexpected outcome after this first set. The start of this first set, Mountaineers came out blazing, taking a huge lead. And then about halfway through, it seemed like the Knights finally got their footing.
They really got their footing. Ever since they got their footing, they did not switch gears at all.
So both teams will talk it over, and we'll begin the second set very soon. Referee's just making sure the lineup cards are all set.
And this match will be on its way.
Both teams just kind of talking it over. Both lineups are good. Referees are underway to start this second set. As Abby Gooder will start this set off for the Niagara Knights.
And Abby Gooder, ever since her substitution into the match, she's been quite the game changer for this Knights team.
Great block.
But great recovery from this Mountaineers team.
Unable to get that twice was Anastasia Dropper. It made the great first effort. But Mountaineers came back stronger. 1-0 to start this set. Zakari's serve out of play.
I've seen a whole lot of communication from this Knights team right now. And Montana Taylor with the serve.
Short serve.
Woo!
Miscommunication between Carrot Solis and Vanderwall. But a great dig by the Knights. Went over the net. Forced the Mountaineers to play an awkward kind of ball. Blocked and still in play. Man setting it back to Carrot Solis.
Back-to-back blocks right there. This Knights team is the one looking quite unstoppable right now.
Just they're clicking together right now. Hannah Cowie and Anastasia Dropper have been setting up at that net and had an array of blocks recently.
And maybe we need to see a little more cheeky moves from this Mountaineers team.
Desjardins hopping in on the block action. It's a block party currently in this second set for the Knights.
It is a block party. And just right there, you have some crowd, some great crowd members trying their best to really help the Mountaineers come back in this matchup.
So Vanderwall tries a soft drop. Goes out of play. So Knights leading 5-1. Coach Kovar will call a timeout. Obviously try and stop this lead from growing. So since about halfway through that first set, it's been all Knights. Obviously the Mountaineers kind of fought back at the end of the first set, keeping it in that tie break, but just seems like it took a few seconds. I don't know, about 15 points in for these Knights to actually get their feet down, get their feet wet.
And you know, I'll definitely say being in a new environment, especially right now, I would say the atmosphere in this gym is on the colder side of things. So just getting that in your rhythm. Once this Knights team's been in it, they couldn't get out of it. They're in their body right now.
You may seem intimidated coming into, you're going into the gym of the Mountaineers.
And I'd say this is a rivalry city, you know.
Yeah, pretty close.
Neighboring cities, you know, real close to each other. So really being a college, the major colleges of both these cities, never easy for the fans.
Off Zakari, fading into the stands. Vanderwall attempts to get into the stands. 6-1 Knights. But yeah, if you're the Knights, you're coming in here on the road to play the Mountaineers, who are currently 5-0. They're still undefeated on this season. And you're coming in here and you're going to try and break up their undefeated season. And so far, they're looking very composed and confident.
Well, hopefully just a quick pep talk can really get this Mountaineers team into shape.
Vanderwall's serve retrieved. Bouncing off the top of the net for a few seconds. Stuck in between Jaramillo and Carrot Solis.
And right now, this
tag on another point.
team does look a bit uneased right now. I'd definitely say, you know, they're not in the greatest position.
They don't have the energy right now.
They don't have the energy.
They need one of those big plays.
And it's plays like that where I say the cheeky moves that might be what they need. These hard spikes have not been working out for them. They've been getting blocked and blocked and blocked time after time. So seeing that cheeky move right there, a nice little fake as for the soft touch can be really refreshing.
Great diving effort from Madeline Berg.
Great diving.
Notice that the ball just hit the top of the net and was first to touch it.
And Hope Nicholson with the unorthodox hit, I would say, but definitely getting the job done.
Not how Coach drew it up, but a point's a point.
A point is a point indeed. And Hannah Cowie with the serve.
Spoljar off the top of the net, bouncing off the arm of Cowie, the leg of Nicholson, and back onto the ground. So score being 8-4 for the Knights right now. Mountaineers just trying to close in on that deficit before it gets up into the teens.
And that one was definitely just a few inches short, I would definitely say, to being in.
Those are just the plays that you're trying to avoid right now. Like, if you're obviously going to give up a point, make the Knights work for it. Don't just hand them the free points right now.
And really,
that's just like I'm saying. Just seems like it's a lot of unforced errors. It's a lot of plays with the Mountaineers, some mishaps.
There's some small mishaps that are really just starting to add up, I'll definitely say.
A decent amount of the Knights' points have come from some odd plays from the Mountaineers. They're going to get something working here.
And just like that, a real cheeky play. But that right there could be exactly what this Knights team needs to really dominate. And they're really going through it with the score being 11-4 right now.
And you can tell, obviously, the Mountaineers a little out of place on that play where it looked like.
And it seems that.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit of dispute from the bench on where Montana Taylor should be located.
I believe they're saying that Montana Taylor is in the wrong position, and there might be a little bit of mishaps that Ms. Kovar is saying.
Good job by Gatto to keep this going. Good play by Karatsolias as she tries to fire up her team here.
Great play, and I would really say that's what the Mountaineers team needs to really do. They just have to build off these plays right now just to really get themselves back in a position where they have a fighting chance. It's crucial for them to win this rally.
So barely over the net from Taylor. Blocked and hit backwards, and yet just another mishap. So it just seems like the Mountaineers are shooting themselves in the foot right now. They're down 13-5 in this second set. Knights already reaching the halfway mark of the second set. Set from Mann. And Vanderwall just drops it lightly into no man's land.
Really got up there for that one. Really had to reach back. Great play from this Mountaineers team.
Not too much power, just a little bit of finesse on the play.
A little time delay on it. Enough to catch the Knights team off guard.
Great dig from Mann. One-handed effort.
Great dig.
And Vanderwall attempting to pull her hand back at the net. Looks like unintentionally hit it. Kind of screwing up the rhythm of her teammates.
And Rachel Bickford coming back in with the serve.
Serve too short, just coming right off the bench. So a short-lived shift. Zakari will serve for the Mountaineers. Fading a bit to the right. Beautiful cross-court set.
Great reflexes.
Gatto diving back, keeping that in play. Karatsoli is blocked. Still alive.
And
Mountaineers need to get it over. So kind of trying to get this back to normal here. Off the pole. Knights take the point. So you see the Mountaineers trying to slow down the pace after kind of being all over the place in that set.
And Montana Taylor with the serve. Score being 15-7 for this Niagara team.
Too short on the serve. So it's back-to-back short serves for the Knights. Mountaineers looking for the opportunity to kind of close this gap. We've got a new substitution in for the Mountaineers. Ashley Gibbons coming in. Serve from Vanderwall handled. Set from man to Karatsolius, blocked. Kept in play by Berg.
Save.
Berg's been making some beautiful diving plays, just showing her hustle today.
And just an unlucky positioning right there. Great spike down from Hannah Cowie.
Yeah, Hannah Cowie just like stopping that ball directly in its tracks. Obviously a hard ball coming up, but off her hand it just dropped straight down. So she kind of absorbed all that power.
Great spike down from Hannah Cowie. Hannah Cowie just stopping that ball directly in its tracks.
Mountaineers currently down 16-9.
It just dropped straight down.
Shooting to go, kind of absorbed all that power.
0-2. Good play by the Mountaineers. And they're down by 6 now. They're obviously trying to avoid being down.
Mountaineers currently down 16-9.
Avoiding to go the first time, then 3 straight.
0-2. Good play by the Mountaineers. Only down by 6 now. But yeah, you're obviously trying to avoid being down 2-0 to start this game. And being forced to try and win 3 straight.
And great save right there. Madeline Berg really coming clutch for this Knights team.
So bench getting into it, crowd getting into it, and players on the court getting into it now. So it's looking like this energy is kind of coming back. Stephanie Karatsolius, nice serve.
Oh, what a
So Gatto with a dig, but looked like the ball did chip a little bit of the ground first. The referee did notice that, made the call. 17-11 for the Knights.
And what a great switch up right there for this Mountaineers team. It's really plays like that that really can help your team in such dire moments of this matchup.
Man's been pretty good at that this season. Obviously, she's aware, and she's keeping a look on the other team, seeing where they're positioned or where they're going to be positioned. She knows when and when not to make those little plays.
Yeah, man, being such a veteran for this team, really knows what this team needs and whatnot.
So it just seems like the Mountaineers have been unable to handle these hard spikes from the Knights. Had a lot of blocks, but most of them out of play, or just some diving digs that were unable to be played. Another short serve from the Knights here in this second set. That was Natasha Desjardins. And Mountaineers still hovering around that 5-point deficit.
And Ashley Gibbons with the serve. And great serve right there. Possibly could have been out of bounds. I did hear some of the Knights say.
Seemed like a few of them were calling out, but
a little bit of miscommunication from Hope right there.
Nicholson may have got a little antsy there, and you can see the diving attempt again from Madeline Berg. Out of play on the spike attempt.
It seems that Gooder could have got a little too excited for that spike right there. And the ball trickled a bit.
So gap being narrowed.
Left.
Obviously, Knights still in good position, but want to call a timeout, stop this Mountaineers momentum, talk things over, and hopefully close out the second set.
Right, I'll definitely say ever since the Mountaineers reached about double-digit points, they've really been a different team.
Yeah, they've been narrowing that lead just slowly. It's been an effort, but only a 3-point game.
Huge serve right now for Ashley Gibbons for this Mountaineers team.
Serve from Gibbons.
And huge block right there. And what a rally we're seeing right now from both these teams.
It's just been some quick hitters and some great defense.
Really giving Nicholson that serve right there.
And Hope Nicholson ends that rally in a nice way for the Knights. Nearing her team 1 point closer.
And Hope Nicholson with the serve.
So some odd bounces for the Mountaineers. Gatto's attempt off the pole. And the Knights now reaching that 20-point mark. 5 points away from making this a 2-0 lead.
And what a spike right there. Showing that there's still some fight left in this Mountaineers team.
Set from Taylor. Diving attempt from Berg.
And great.
Soft attempt from Vanderwall. A great play from Abby Gooder. Just tossed it over the heads of all the Mountaineers. Drop that in the corner. 21-16.
What a great hit right there.
Too hot to handle for Natasha Desjardins.
Too hot to handle indeed.
Out of play awarded to the Mountaineers. So 21-18 now the score. Zakari serving. Set backwards. Knight's got to get it over. Tipped back over. So Vanderwall trying to set it to her teammate, put too much power on it, and sent it over the net, allowing the Knights to make an attack. 22-18 now.
And Montana Taylor with the serve.
Just gets it over.
And great spike.
Great
down.
awareness from Vanderwall. Both teams fighting at the net. A little bit of a wedge, I'd say, between both teams. And with most of the Knights players nearing up close to the net to try and help, Vanderwall sends it over the head. Man set. Awkward angle. Still in play. Taylor caught off guard. Just thought the rally was over.
And a ball will be out of bounds. Mountaineers point. And it did seem that Taylor was a bit distracted, thinking that the play could have been over.
Seemed like she was looking away at the referee. And as she turned back, the ball was coming directly at her. She ended up making the play and setting it back up. But could have been a really bad play. Quick referee timeout. Vanderwall ready to serve again. 22-20.
Huge spike down for this Niagara Knights team. The score is now 23-20.
Low serve off the net.
Extremely low serve. And great point right there for this Mountaineers team.
Bolger with the heads up play.
Extremely needed for this team.
Much needed play. 23-21 the score. Stephanie Karatsoli is ready to serve. Serve just about, I'd say, 3 or 4 inches past the line.
And it seems that there will be a substitution for this Knights team, with Kyra Cameron coming in to serve.
So before the serve, timeout called by the Mountaineers. Scores 24-21, so obviously you can't give up any more points unless you get yourself to 24. So trying to obviously fire up her team is Coach Kelsey Kovar. Try to avoid going down 2-0 and forcing yourself to win 3 straight sets. But it's been a very impressive game so far from these Knights. 2-2 on the season. And like I mentioned earlier, they've won 6 sets, they've lost 6 sets. So it's been a very very even season. They've won some, they've lost some. For a team for the Mountaineers who've only lost 3 sets all year out of 18, if you go down 2-0 in this game, it's looking kind of rough for you.
Very rough for them, and
they haven't really had to fight and battle any adversity this season.
And this will probably be the first time of them being down 2-0 in a season even. Could be a very uncomfortable spot.
Serve coming from Kyra Cameron. Taken in easy by the Mountaineers.
And huge spike right there for this Mountaineers team. Huge spike right there. And there will be a substitution with Hannah Cowie coming back in and Kyra Cameron coming out. Oh, my apologies. Both will be out.
Sophia Spoljar serving. Mountaineers still at the brink.
And what a huge spike right there. And even a bigger dig.
Mountaineers needing this point. Off the netting. The Knights will take that point from the rally. That is point number 25. The Knights take a 2-0 lead over the Mountaineers heading into set 3. So the Mountaineers are trying to win this. They're going to have to rally back and win 3 straight sets. So if you were to tell me the start Mountaineers rolling with the same lineup heading into the third set. No changes or substitutions. And Knights riding with what has still been working. Same lineup. But a 2-0 lead for the Knights. Mountaineers looking to bounce back in this third set and avoid being put out in straight sets.
And Yvonne Mann with the serve.
A very light serve to start things. Great job by Zakari to keep that in. And the Knights start out this third set with the first point. Man set to Zakari, blocked at the net.
Block right there. And I'm quite confused on that call, but it seems that the Mountaineers team could have possibly touched the net on that play. But it will be a Knights point, and Gooder with the serve.
Serve from Gooder.
Woo! But Irene coming in hot with that serve, really trying to put some passion into this Mountaineers team, really trying to get them back into groove.
Good serve. Setting it up for Dropper.
Great play.
Mishandled from Desjardins. We're tied up at 2.
And this is a good start for this Mountaineers team. Really trying to stay close with the Knights with the scoreboard right now.
Zakari's serve short off the net. So Montana Taylor to serve. Caught Gatto in an awkward position. Great work by Montana Taylor on that serve.
And it seems a bit of miscommunication right there for his Mountaineers team on that play.
The Knights take a 5-2 lead.
I would sadly have to say that this Mountaineers team aren't looking really themselves right now. But hopefully throughout this game, they'll really get back into their grooves. And
yeah, for a team that's 5-0 this season, just seems like they haven't come out with that power that they've had in their first 5 games.
Well, huge block right there. Huge block for this Mountaineers team. And that could be what it takes to really just get back into the mix and take over again. Huge block.
Good block
Huge
and falls
block.
in play. So powerful block going over the heads of all the Knights.
And huge, what an ace right there.
Armio serve. Return attempt from Droppert out of play. The Mountaineers have their first lead of this set at 6-5.
And
Mishandled again.
And this is a great momentum right now for this Mountaineers team. look exactly what they needed.
Very high ball. Man setting it to Spoljar. Out of play. Good attempt. 7-6 now the score. Vanderwall too hard. We're tied back up at 7. So the Mountaineers lead just quickly disappearing in a matter of 2 rallies.
Huge block, huge recovery right there. But it really seemed that just a miscommunication right there at the end.
Big miscommunication between Gatto and Vanderwall. So both of them were calling for it, and they kind of both backed off at the same time in a need to get that ball over the net. Mountaineers just looking flat now. They had a nice run earlier in the set and then have allowed the Knights to score 4 straight. The Knights just doing a tremendous job. Flies out of play.
And huge.
Man's serve.
And what a block, right? What a spike right there.
Taylor unable to handle that power from Vanderwall.
Huge serve for the Mountaineers team right now.
Stephanie Karatsolius, serve good. Very, very powerful spike from Hannah Cowie. Deflected at the net, but still lands in play.
And Hannah Cowie with the serve. And Grace. Stephanie
Cowie unable to play that, but a
really
great diving effort
done.
from Anastasia Dropper to try and bail out her teammate. The Mountaineers have reached the double-digit mark.
And huge. And it seems that this Niagara Knights team want to throw a bit of confusion back to that cheeky one. And the score will be 12-10 right now for the Niagara Knights in this set.
Great job by Dropper. Zakari coming in, flying in on that play, but trying to hype up her team. Obviously trying to bring that energy in a close game. Another drop in between multiple players. So communication once again off for the Mountaineers.
And a Hope Nicholson with the serve. And great communication right there with the Knights. It's plays like that that really help in such dire time.
On a very sharp angle, Zakari gets it over the net. Zakari looks winded right now. He's been putting in a lot of effort. Obviously, you can see that fatigue's kind of coming in.
Abby Gooder getting
Across
a little
the
too
line.
excited, I'd say. A bit
Gooder
too
crossing
excited.
the line for the Knights. Now we're tied back up at 13.
And what a shoulder bump from Irene to really get this point for this Mountaineers team. Great energy, ladies. Great energy.
Knowing the World Cup's coming up soon, seems like she pulled out some soccer moves there.
Some soccer moves.
And it worked very well. Maybe that could be the play the Mountaineers wanted.
Well, coming in hot, this Knights team looks like they don't have any plans on slowing down.
And if you're Gatto, there's not really much you can do on a ball that powerful. Blocked, but kept alive. 2 hits from Irene Jaramillo. Knights are 10 points away from sweeping this matchup against the undefeated Mountaineers.
And this Mountaineers team really just trying to keep their energy alive, really trying to do whatever they can to stay in this matchup.
Deflected. The Mountaineers take the lead. So Zakari was diving for it. Looked like man in the middle may have tipped it before.
Yeah,
screwing
there's
up
a
a bit
small
of Zakari's
deflection on
path.
that play.
Screwing with the play of Zakari. That ball out of play. So Mountaineers taking any point they can get right now. Powerful serve.
And what a block right there for this Mountaineers team.
Beautiful block, but great work to keep that ball in play. For a very powerful block. Went pretty far, but was just able to stay in line before the line.
Woo! And that's a base stat. Great spike right there from Gatto.
Late substitution here for the Mountaineers. Emma Beck coming in to serve. Her first serve is an all right one.
And great recovery from this Knights team right there. But even better spike from this Mountaineers team.
But
Really trying to
obviously-
stay alive.
timeout called by the Knights. Mountaineers lead 2017. But a great play from Man. Try to catch the Knights off guard. Almost had the entire team, but great recovery. Led back to the Mountaineers. But Rachel Vanderwall ends that rally with a beautiful spike. Mountaineers 5 points away from turning this to a 2-1 game. Just can't stop Desjardins on that play. That's a sails out of bounds from Rachel Bickford. Mountaineers up 21-18. Vanderwall softly over the net. Deflected off Vanderwall, but still Desjardins coming in with some powerful shots.
Extremely powerful spike right there. And she
Kept alive just over the net.
Woo! What a rally we're seeing right now.
Knights come up victorious. 21-20 the score. Natasha Desjardins serving.
Woo!
Pinched at the net.
Seemed a little frozen time right there. Really met each other at
Taylor trying to come in
top
with
of the
a
net.
surprise power shot. Flexing at her bench, just showing off she's a little too strong there. Some more miscommunication from the Mountaineers.
And just like
22-21.
Score being 22-21 with Hope Nicholson serving. Very dangerous position for the Mountaineers to be in.
So a misplay from Sophia Spoljar. Game is now tied up 22-22. So Knights in very good position to sweep this matchup. Nicholson's serve, taken by Zakari. Very high set. Nice back and forth from these two teams. Good setup. And Abby Gooder pushes her team 1 point closer to victory, 23-22.
And we've really seen quite the turnaround in this matchup right here.
Nicholson to serve again. That one sails a few feet out of play. First to 25 here. Beck comes out. Karatsolius comes in. So looking for Karatsolius, one of the offensive specialists. Hopefully able to put some work in. Good block at the net. Tipped and kept alive by the Knights. And that ball tags the line just barely.
Just barely.
24-23.
And with the score being 24-23, the Knights are looking for Kyra Cameron to end it.
So Kyra Cameron coming in off the bench.
The Knights are one serve away from sweeping this undefeated Mountaineers team.
High arcing ball. Kept alive. Knights playing some good defense at the net here. That ball sails out of play, and that'll do it. 25-23. So in 3 very close sets, the Knights take all 3 of them, coming into the home of the Mohawk Mountaineers and ending their undefeated season, setting them to 5-1 now on the season, where the Knights improved to 3-2.
What a crazy turn of events in this matchup from the first 2 minutes, and even coming before. If you saw both these teams on paper, you would definitely say that this Mountaineers team should be having a field day, but
And it looked like they were starting out that way.
Exactly. First 3 minutes, 4 minutes of the matchup, it looks great for the Mountaineers team, but afterwards, quite different. And